everyone. My name is Christie Barone, and I am the Director of Admissions for Brandeis Graduate Professional Studies. I'd like to introduce you to Alan Cheng. Alan is our Program Chair of the Master of Science in Bioinformatics program. And then Alan also works as a director at Merck in his full-time job. So the Master of Science in Bioinformatics program is comprised of 6 required courses and 4 electives. And today we are going to be sharing some information about one of the most popular electives, research topics in computational biology. So Alan, can you tell us why someone should participate in a research capstone during their studies in our Master of Science in Bioinformatics program?
Sure, yeah, there's really 2 strong reasons that students do like to take the course, RBIF 120. The first is to integrate all the learnings that they've had over the program. And then the second is a lot of students have a research topic of interest, and it could be a purely technical interest, like they want to implement a workflow using a specific technology, or it could be a disease of interest. A lot of students come in and are interested in particular diseases, either their family or someone they care about. And so this is a great way to integrate all the different tools and methods that you've learned over the program and apply it in a one-on-one setting, actually with a mentor, usually instructor.
Great, and what makes this research component so unique?
Yeah, so our courses are generally small, but you're still talking about 12-ish students, plus minus, with one instructor. With the research topics course, it's one instructor, one mentor with one student. So it's a one-on-one interaction. And it's really customized based on your interests and, kind of directing you towards a meaningful result, right? Taking your interest, taking your skill sets, as well as the mentor's experience, and driving you towards a result that you could be, proud of. And sometimes, it's not always, sometimes we also publish out of that.
Great, and so for prospective students out there, applicants, how could they leverage this research topics into their job search in the future?
Yeah, that's a great question. And a lot of students do find this useful for their job search. And as an example, sometimes you go with a portfolio. If you're an artist, you might go with a portfolio. This is an example. So within our courses, we have often, mini projects at the end of the course, and that can add to your portfolio. But this is a more full-fledged project, and it's usually a topic that the student takes initiative on. And that really impresses employers when you have a topic that you're really passionate about. It shows. And then you have some results using the methods that you've learned. And, we always drive towards a final project paper out of the RBIF 120 course. Sometimes that's publishable. Sometimes it's not quite enough because, it's about four months worth of work. But that document itself is still shareable when you go to interview and speak with employers. And I think they understand that it's a short time, and they're often impressed by how much work the student does and the results that they accomplish.
And that's great to hear. And do you have a recent example of one of the research topics our students has done?
Yeah, so I'm mentoring a student right now, and she was interested in breast cancer as well as the pleiotropic diseases that come with breast cancer, often with breast cancer diagnosis or living with breast cancer. And so we looked at the SNPs available, we mapped the pleiotropy, and then we try to map to function. And that's been, it's been pretty interesting to me, and I know the student is really engaged, and we're just putting together a manuscript, which we hope to publish. Another example I can think of was a student in and I think this was 1 or 2 sessions ago, he was interested in a particular technology for delivering bioinformatics tools. And so we paired him up with one of our instructors who's also a research scientist at Stanford. And she had a workflow where it was pretty manual, and he was able to package it up, work with her so that he understands what the scientist's needs are, and kind of customize that workflow for that. And I believe that was released publicly so that the world can use it. And so that was another really cool research topics.
Yeah, those sound really interesting. And it also sounds like great kind of networking opportunities, of course, when you're working one-on-one, and also the mentorship that you mentioned. I think that's, very valuable. So thank you so much for sharing those examples with us today.
Yeah, thanks, Christie.